Hello and welcome back to Proactive New York. Joining me today is Jordan Kevol, CEO at Calima Energy. Jordan, it's good to meet you. How are you today?
I'm very good, Christine. Nice to meet you as well. Thank you.
Jordan, lots to get to today. Why don't you first give us a quick intro into the company for our US-based investors who might not be familiar?
Sure. So Calima Energy is an Australian listed company on the ASX with all of its assets in Canada, within the provinces of Alberta and British Columbia. Calima recently did a transaction with private operator Blackspur Oil Corp, a private company based here in Calgary with Alberta operations. And that deal closed on April 30th of this year and provided Calima with exposure to some oil assets, existing production, and a significant amount of running room and upside here in Alberta and Canada. And it also complements Calima's existing position in the liquids-rich gas Montney play in British Columbia. So Calima is now a oil-producing company that also has significant upside in the liquids-rich play of the Montney.
And from my understanding, you are making quite a bit of progress drilling at the Sunburst formation in Alberta. So talk about some of the highlights there.
Yeah, the Sunburst is it's really our bread and butter. It's a very interesting play. It's extremely economic, low drilling cost, high rates of return, high initial production rates. It's really what Blackspur was built on. We don't do any fracking in the Sunburst formation. The formation is quite shallow at 1,000 meters deep, or approximately 3,000 feet. And we can drill those wells in 7 days. They're about $1 million or less to drill, complete, equip, and tie in. And fantastic economics, payouts of under 6 months at $60 oil, and even better at today's price of 75. 500% rate of return, just very economic, very quick turnaround. We can drill and get these wells on production in approximately 30 days. So the Sunburst is our focus in our Brooks area, and is the entirety of our current drilling program, where we have just finished drilling 4 wells in the Sunburst formation, all horizontal, all targeting oil.
So what's on the docket for the next few months or so? What should investors be expecting?
Well, in the next few months, we're going to be bringing these wells on production. Like I said, they don't take very long to bring on because of the conventional nature of them, i.e. there is no fracking. So after they're drilled, there's a very short testing period and the wells come on stream. So we are going to be providing the market with some updates about those wells and their initial production rates after our IP30 or first 30 days of production. And then shortly after that, we're going to be moving a drilling rig into our second core area here in Alberta called Thorsby. And up in Thorsby, we target a formation called the Sparky. These are still quite shallow targets. We're only about 1,300 meters deep. We do drill 1.5 mile long, multi-stage fracked horizontal wells into the Sparky formation. And we have a 3-well drilling program coming up in mid to late August in that area. So again, very high rates of return. These wells cost about $3 million all in to drill, complete, equip, and tie in. But the initial production rates are much higher on the Sparky. Very good economics. We're about a 6-month payout type curve on these wells. 300 to 400% internal rate of return, and just some high impact production to complement what we have just finished doing in the Brooks area within the Sunburst formation. So over the next couple of months, there's going to be quite a lot of news flow coming out of Calima regarding initial production rates, new drills, new completions, and the Thorsby wells will be coming on, I would say, at the early part of Q4 this year. So quite a bit of news flow in the near term.
Well, speaking of production rates, what kind of production guidance have you given, if any?
We recently upped our production guidance. We had originally guided to the market that we would be 3,400 BOEs per day by the end of this calendar year and 5,500 BOEs per day by the end of 2022. However, with some well performance that is outpacing our expectations, higher oil prices, we expanded our program in the Brooks area. It was originally going to be 3 wells, and now it's 4 wells. And we're even contemplating some further expansion later this year. So as a result of all of those factors, we've increased our production guidance for 2021 to 4,500 BOEs per day by the end of this year. We've left our 2022 guidance constant for now. That's not because we don't think it's going to be higher, but we've got a lot of wells coming on and we want to be in a position to more accurately present to the market our 2022 guidance. So it has not yet changed, but based on the well performance, based on oil price, I suspect that we will be reviewing our 2022 guidance in the near term.
And you mentioned higher oil prices. We did see US oil prices jump to its highest level in 6 years today. It then took a bit of a plunge to around $73. From your view, what does that say to you? What's kind of the latest on the OPEC talks here?
Well, we're very excited about oil prices. We do all our economics. Those economics that I stated earlier are based on $60 oil prices. 70, whether it's $70 or $75, those are just fantastic for us and our economics. So we're pretty bullish on oil prices over here at Calima. We saw the OPEC announcement or lack of one. So that caused a little bit of a rally prior to that pullback that you mentioned. But I think higher oil prices are here to stay. And I think they're only going to get higher from here. So we're going to stay very closely in tune with that. And as oil prices continue to go up, we're very rich in opportunity. We have very, very many drilling locations on the books here at Calima ready to drill. So we can step on the gas pedal as needed as oil prices continue to go up. And again, we only budget in our economics for $60 oil currently. So there's a real nice buffer there. So I would anticipate as oil prices continue to be strong and maybe even continue to go up, we will react accordingly with more drilling and which will result in future production guidance increases.
Looking forward to following your progress here, Jordan. Good to meet you. Thanks so much.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And I would also like to invite everybody to visit our website, www.calimaenergy.com, as well as our stock ticker CE1 on the Australian Stock Exchange. Thank you.